Kendrick Bourne possibly signing with the New England Patriots. Got a quick knee-jerk reaction to that.
Great fit for Kendrick Bourne. He's
Why?
kind of what the Patriots look for in receivers. Physical, tough, good hands, solid route runner. Just the kind of player they look for. They're not looking for they don't want Randy Moss on the outside, They just want a guy that's
He's
cheaper.
a lot like
They
Jacoby
can develop.
Myers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers. They've had guys like this before. I mean, if you want to go back, like David Givens, Deion Branch, all those types of guys. He's a good, underrated, solid player that would be a good contributor for their offense. They just broke the bank, and one of my favorite signings of free agency. I don't even care how much they paid because I like Jonnu Smith that much. I think he's a top 5 tight end in the NFL, and I thought that was a hell of a signing for the Patriots. And I think Kendrick Bourne would be an awesome fit for them.
Good for him that he's going to get a big signing. I think it's interesting that the Niners didn't prioritize him. Of course, they're a 21 personnel team and they don't use 3 wide receivers that much or don't want to. But, Juszczyk doesn't play that much. Bourne's always gotten the ball more than Juszczyk. Juszczyk is a better blocker. It's just interesting how the Niners prioritize there.
So you can understand why the Niners didn't prioritize Bourne. I think the big thing with Bourne, and I think the one thing is that he's been the kind of only Niners receiver that's been consistently available since he's been here in 2017. He's tough. He's available. I know people get on Kendrick Bourne for the drops, and this is what I've come to with Kendrick Bourne's drops. The reason people get on him with those drops is because his drops are the worst looking drops. They're the easiest of catches that he drops. Because
he takes his eye off the ball.
Right. The reality of it is that Kendrick Bourne has really good hands because some of the catches he makes, not every receiver in the NFL.
He'll just kind of
Right. Not every receiver in the NFL can make. He's really tough going over the middle. I think his release package and route running is actually kind of underrated. He's not very fast, but he separates well enough to be a good target on third down. He's good in the red zone. He's tough. I think he's a solid football player. Again, Niners couldn't really prioritize him because I think he also prices himself out of the range that they're willing to pay a guy that's going to fit his role for them.
And again, he's a wide receiver. I don't know what he's going to get, but wide receivers cost more. It's easier to spend and get the best fullback. Probably the best fullback might be even cheaper than a borderline number 2 receiver on an NFL team. Kendrick Bourne might end up. I wouldn't know. Do you think Kendrick Bourne will get more?
I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick Bourne's deal is about $5 million annually. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying. He'll be right there with Juszczyk, and maybe his cap number will even be bigger this year. I don't know. So I understand the Niners letting him go. Good for Bourne. I'm not sure that he'll necessarily be an impact starter on an NFL team. I think he's a solid number 3. If he's one of your top 2, you probably got someone injured or you just haven't been drafting well. So
I think he's a solid number 2 for New England, but he'd be the number 3 or number 4 option in their offense. He might be their number 2 wide receiver, but Jonnu Smith, I just blanked on.
Did they get Jonnu Smith?
Damian Harris. Yes, they signed Jonnu Smith for big money. Damian Harris, those guys might be their number 1, number 2 options on their offense, but Kendrick Bourne's their number 2 receiver.
All right, real quick before we go to the next topic, Jamal Anderson, extremely passionate. Oh, I can't even read today. Jamal Armstrong. Very passionate, very generous. Thank you so much. Has a good point. Shaq Barrett had a similar career arc to Ebukam at this juncture. Look at Barrett now. Ebukam should have more productivity with more playing time. Not saying he'll be as good as Barrett, just similar skill set, career arc. Agree?
No, this isn't a bad comparison. The big thing I'll say is that Shaq Barrett also got the scheme that really changed his career is a scheme that really suits his skill set in Todd Bowles' 3-4 defense. I don't think Ebukam will have that schematic opportunity here, though James Betcher comes from a background similar to Todd Bowles.
Betcher
so maybe there's something
Bowles' there. He was
understudy. He took Bowles' job after
they were on the same staff.
Him in Arizona, when Bowles got the Jets job, James Betcher got it. So I think this is interesting. I think
that must be the vision.
Right, Shaq Barrett is one of one, but Ebukam is a good player. I think we both agree this is a good signing for the 49ers.
He is a good player. Look, if he's just a Sam linebacker, then I think the signing was kind of whatever. But if they're right and he has upside and they can use him as a pass rusher, because I don't expect much from D Ford. Anything D Ford gives you is gravy at this point. If he can step into that role and give you 8 sacks, my God, what What a hell of a signing, because dudes like that get paid $15 million a year.
I'll also say this. If he's just a Sam linebacker, that's on the coaching staff, because his skill set, I think he's shown in 4 years in the NFL that he has enough versatility to be a lot more than just that. Excuse me.
All right, now the questions are coming in. Let's hit them quick. John Alvarado says, I think we should let Trent walk. Well, that seems like that might happen. Draft Slater with the 12th pick. He's cool. I like him a lot. Get some interior help on the line and some more depth on this roster in general in case injuries. Thoughts? T-Dub or 5 quality players? I think we're starting to see which way the Niners went on that one. But look, we're going to talk about Trent Williams in a few minutes. Consider our answer coming for you, John. Don't worry. We're going to hit that in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way Rashawn Slater is going to be available at 12, though.
He's a hell of a player. Very mediocre offseason so far. Should we have expected anything else? Yeah, I mean, if you're expecting the Niners to go out and get Yannick Ngakoue, William Jackson, some guy who's going to get 85, 90, $100 million, it's not going to happen. It's not really what they do unless it's their own players.
I'm not sure what's mediocre about this offseason. Other than Trent Williams, which is the big domino, I think they've kind of managed. They brought back Jason Verrett. I think Juszczyk, Verrett, Trent were the guys that the fans wanted back, and they brought them all back. So I don't think this is mediocre. I think this is solid. Can
the Niners still get a second-round pick from the Patriots given the Cam signing? Can combo of Trubisky, Rosen, and Mond get us to the playoffs? I don't know if that second-round pick's on the table. Do you think it is?
First, I don't think that second round pick. I don't look at what New England's spending on. Do they have them cap space to stomach Jimmy Garoppolo's contract now? And 2, can a combo of Trubisky, Rosen, and Mond get us to the playoffs? I mean, sure, if you have the 2000 Ravens defense and the 2019 49ers run game, like maybe Mond is ready to start week 1 and he's the guy, but I don't think you can rely on a combo of Trubisky, Rosen, or Mond. It would have to be Mond in that scenario.
I think they potentially could, but you'd have to tell me what the Niners did with their cap savings after moving Jimmy Garoppolo, because the idea is getting rid of Jimmy allows you to build a superior team around a comparable quarterback. That's the idea. Michael says, is Bill trying to lure Jimmy to New England by signing Kendrick Bourne?
I don't think he needs to lure Jimmy Garoppolo.
Good point. Good point. I think Jimmy's sold. I think Jimmy's like, he's like Pinocchio wishing upon a star.
I do think this, though, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo and Kendrick Bourne do have an underratedly excellent connection.
Maybe he's not luring Jimmy Garoppolo to New England. Maybe he's anticipating trading for Jimmy Garoppolo and laying, hey, if they sign Emmanuel Sanders, that's the dead giveaway. That is the dead giveaway. Angelic Ambition, love the name, seen you before, says DeMeco Ryans developed Fred Warner and Greenlaw. I think he will do his thing with Samson. That's a good point. As far as letting KB walk, they believe in Richie. Well, I hope they believe in Richie. I believe in Richie. I never felt that they believed in Richie as much as I believed in Richie, but if they do believe in Richie, I'm going to say Richie again. Raymond Martinez says, what?
I do want to push back on the fact that he developed Greenlaw. Like, what about Greenlaw's game has changed from the player he was in college? He's still fast and he hits. It's not like they ask him to do a lot of read-react changes. It's not like they make him read a lot in terms of what's going on in front of him. It's not like they put a lot on him in terms of coverage.
Favorite draft prospects the Niners should draft? I really like Slater. Draft. I've seen him. I like him a lot. If they can get him, he'd be a home run pick. Anyone else like that?
I think he's going in the top 6 or 7.
I think There's
no way. There's no
questions with him.
He has great feet. He has good hands. He does everything well. Favorite draft prospects the Niners should draft. I'm a big Jalen Waddle fan, but I don't think the Niners should draft him.
All right. We'll come back. I mean,
Kyle Pitts also.
Kyle Pitts, hell of a player.
Yeah.
I love Kellen Mond. I like Kyle Trask. Davis Mills late, although his stock is going up. I like Davis Mills. I've been focusing a lot on
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I don't think Kyle feels the same way, but you never know. Justin Fields could have a good career. Last one. Now that the corners are taken care of and it seems unlikely that Trent is going to resign, you see the Niners moving up for Sewell. We are going to answer that question. We're going to give a round 1 prediction of where the Niners are going to go, at what position. Thank you for the donation. My goodness. We're trying to get back to our show, and you guys just keep throwing them. Hold on. Chris says, I think Jimmy would restructure for the Patriots personally. Should we pick up Sanders for some veteran leadership? You only pick up Sanders if you want Jimmy. Oh, I mean, what do you think? If you have Jimmy.
I wouldn't mind bringing back Sanders, but again, like this offense wants to live out of 21 and 22 personnel. You don't pay a fullback and prioritize bringing him back if you want to be a 3-receiver offense. And then why would you pay your number 3 receiver $4 to $5 to $6 million? And so, yeah, that's where I stand. And then the Jimmy restructuring, yeah, probably. I see no way New England takes a $25 million cap hit with Jimmy Garoppolo if he's their quarterback next year. I guarantee you it'll be between 10 to 15.